something a little higher to sit on. Are you happy? Like, you okay? So if you want a little bit of height, you can sit up on a little bit of height. Joe, if you need padding, grab one of those blankets. And we've all probably, except for maybe Maz, gone to our natural cross of the legs. So let's change the cross of the legs. Extend into your heels and open out your toes. So I want you to, I think it's an easterly breeze today, so I want you to feel your easterly breeze through your toes. As you rest your hands on your thighs, if you go like this, Neil, you're not going to feel anything because only with your fingers. So spread out those toes so you can feel the easterly breeze passing through. And now sit tall. As you sit tall, plug the tailbone down and then become aware of your buttock bones. And ideally you want to be front of center of your buttock bones. So just pull the buttock flesh to the side and out. You'll always spot an Iyengar teacher if you go on the tube or on a bus, because they're the ones who adjust their buttock bones before they sit down. Relax the shoulders and widen the collarbones. Close your eyes and just come into the present. So inhale and exhale and balance out the inhalation and the exhalation. Relax the skin around the face. Relax the eyes and release the tongue. Allow the breath to become wide and smooth. Allow the head to balance above the spine. Allow the shoulders to relax away from the sides of the neck. Equal inhalation, equal exhalation. Feet softly open, palms softly open, face softly open. Relax the shoulders, just a little. And then open the eyes. Change across of your legs. Spread out those toes. Open them up well, but try not to pull them back towards the knees, just have them lengthening forwards, out of your feet, so they're sprouting, okay? Interlace your fingers, push the palms away, open out the palms, and then raise the arms up. Thumbs down, try not to poke the head forwards. Elbows in. And then release. Change the interlace. Push the palms away. Keep the body still. Heart lifted. Still, raise those arms up. Raise those arms up. Elbows in. Thumbs down. Baby fingers down. Look forwards. Breathe. And then exhale, release. Rest the hands on the thighs. Okay, we've got Supta Baddha Konasana. So, very simple. If you've got a little bit of height, use it. So, a jumper, a towel or something. I've got my 2 bricks here. You're gonna lie down. If you want the sun on your face, head this way. If you want the sun off your face, head that way. So as the feet come together onto your height, or if not, doesn't matter, onto the floor. Head down. First of all, the arms will just come to the side. Think about this area of the abdomen being relaxed. and then you're going to take the arms up and over the head to create a little bit of length through the body. Okay, I will guide you. Make sure that your hips and your knees are comfortable. Yeah, it's fine. If you want to use a belt, you're very welcome to use a belt if you know that that works for you. So first we'll just have the arms down by the side, racehorses. And they're off. The ones at the back are racing ahead to catch up the ones at the front. Dun, 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 dun. Palms face up. That's it. Relax the eyes and release the tongue. Soften the breath. And allow the breath to become wide. Now just feel how in this place now you're not doing so much effort. So you can really become aware of the breath. So balance it out. You can let the eyes close. If it's comfortable, Brendan, lift up your head. Put your head on there. Yeah. You're taking your head off just slightly to the right. So just, no, you've gone more right. So let it come to the left a little. That's better. Even a little bit more there, Lynn. So you actually, no, not your body. Just your head. There you go.
I don't follow the instructions well, do I?
That's all right. That's why we come to yoga, so we can learn to learn. Put a belt around your thighs and wriggle in a little bit closer to your blocks. Long toes. Long toes. Okay, so now if you have stiff shoulders and your hands don't happily reach the floor, clasp your elbows and take your elbows up and over your head. But if you have shoulders that perform very well, then you can take the arms up and over the head, arms long. Your shoulders might perform very well, but they may not have the mobility. So be careful of my words. Elbows in, stretch. Or if you got a choice, straight arms or bent arms, but no halfway arms. If you're stretching your fingers, stretch your thumbs also. If you're stretching your fingers and thumbs, make sure your elbows are following the direction up to the fingertips. If your elbows are stretching, take your armpits to your elbows. If your armpits are stretching, make sure that the frontal rib cage is soft and drawn down so it's not poking forwards. Take this in, take this in. Right, lower your arms down. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, all the way down. Feel it now, soften that down, yes. Now take the arms up and over the head. Keep this soft, keep it soft, keep it soft, keep it soft, keep this down. Can you feel how that's a different work through the shoulders now? Make your arms, hands work. Dan, can you slide back a little bit to let Sue in? Perfect. Hello. Sheridan's here too. Oh, mm-hmm. And then lower the arms down. Rest your hands on your tummy. Does that feel okay, Adelina? Yeah? There you go, some extra pops. Okay, bring the legs up, roll to your sides and sit up and look this way. Okay, so now we're doing Supta Swastikasana. So Supta Swastikasana, oh, yeah, that is right, I just had to check. You're going to be lying down again. You're going to hold your feet, so it's up to you. I like to hold my feet underneath because then my shoulders will roll back. You're going to pull your feet in and then let the knees come over. Now, the knees will lengthen away from the hips. You want to make sure that you feel compact around the hip area. And then again, you're going to take the arms up and over, or you're going to take the arms, if you clasp the elbows, you'll do the opposite clasp and take the arms over. Okay? When you go to come up, you're going to put your hands under the thighs. Watch my feet. I make them active so the work doesn't only come from the back, the legs actually do the work. Then you'll bend the knees over, you'll change across the legs, pull those feet in again, down you come, and you start here. And then again, you'll take those arms, and those of you, I want the arms to be nice and straight, and I want you to clock where they will go. If they reach the floor, extend them. If they don't reach the floor, bring them back down and rest the hands on the tummy. Okay, so that's one way and the other. So start by lying on your backs. There you go, Lynn. I'll give you the instructions. See, wait for each word and I'll see if I can get it right. Bend the knees over your chest. Cross the ankles. Bring your arms around the sides of the thighs. Take your feet if you can reach them, or wrap your ankles with a belt if you cannot. And then pull the feet in. Tip the knees over the ankles. Keep those knees squeezing towards each other, just a little, not over squeezed. Legs active, hips active. And first of all, just rest those hands by the sides of the body. And then be aware of the frontal rib cage. Try not to flare those lower ribs. They often come in and flare. So just put your hands on those ribs and just soften them down. Say, hey, go to sleep. Or don't go to sleep, but just relax. Now, can you maintain that as you take the arms up and over the head? So if you did straight arms the last time, stick with the straight arms twice. If you did crossed elbows, change the cross of the elbows and take the elbows up and over the head. Kevin, this is Sheraton. Sheraton, this is Kevin. Arms long, fingers long. Face relaxed. Now watch those ribs, especially if your name begins with a K. Extend right through to those fingers. So remember, I moved you off to the right last time. You've done that curve again. Okay, so that's just a little internal bias towards Adelina. So come back this way, Lynn.
So I don't feel straight if I go that way.
Yeah, well, it depends how wonky you want to get over your lifetime.
I've been very wonky at times.
That's better. So ideally we start straight on our mats.
Yeah.
And obviously it's all to do with comfort as well. So, change takes a little while, and you just start to adapt the body so that it doesn't, like water can follow its own pattern, and it can carve great holes in stones and things after a while. And we want to make sure that we don't knock our body out of balance from certain movements. Yeah. All right, so make sure it feels okay. Okay, lower the arms down. Put your hands underneath your thighs, activate the feet, and draw those knees towards each other and bring the legs together. And then change the cross of the legs. Pull the feet in. Get the rotation in the hip. That's it. And take the knees over the ankles, arms over the head. Keeping the arms straight this time. And if they don't reach over the head, you can bring the hands back down either side of the body. Nice long arms. Kevin, your head's going off to the right as well. Bring it to the left. That's it, a little bit more. Left ear down. Long, long arms. If it gets too much in the shoulders, just bring the arms back down over the head. Oh, over the head? Yeah, that's right. Onto the waist. And then release the hands down to your tummy. Take a couple of breaths there. Okay, follow the instruction. I didn't demonstrate this. Put your hands underneath the backs of the thighs. Bring the legs together. Okay. Allow the knees to now come in towards the chest. Have the feet together, inner ankles together. And then just take the hands around the tops of the knees and draw those knees in. Squeeze those knees together at the same time. Make yourself nice and compact. Relax the shoulders. Let your arms hold around the knees, and then you can relax the shoulders away from the arms. Widen your collarbones. Great. Adho Mukha Virasana. So for those of you that don't know, Adho Mukha Virasana, you're going to have your big toes together. Actually, let's start in Vajrasana. So bring the knees together, bring the ankles together. If you need more padding, fold your mat back if you haven't got a blanket or a towel to sit on. Outer ankles in and squeeze those knees. Okay, so if it's too much on the tops of the feet, then you need to put some padding underneath your shins. So wriggle forwards on your blanket there, Lynn. Or pull the blanket further back. Okay, now feel what happens if you just squeeze your knees. So don't do anything other than just squeeze your knees. Observe the effect on the pelvis, just squeezing those knees. Okay, observe the effect on the spine. Now, squeeze, so pat your outer thighs. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now squeeze, that made me chuckle. Squeeze the outer thighs where you just patted in. Yeah, does that feel different as you grip the legs in? Okay, so now grip the hips in as well, and you should start to feel quite nicely compact. Okay, keep that sense of compactness. Start to walk forwards, just go forwards over your knees. So it's a nice straight pose, and then release the head down to the floor. Breathe. Make sure that you feel comfortable as you go forwards. Relax the eyes and release the tongue. Soften the face. Now feel the balance in your body. So just observe, are you sitting more heavily on your left or your right buttock? If you are, can you levelize yourself? Have you lost the grip of the legs a little? Because that can happen. Do both arms feel like they're stretching evenly? Do your arms even feel like they're being stretched? Straighten your arms, Glenn. That's it. Let's take the hands a little wider for you. Take them out wider. That's it. Now tuck the elbows in. Yes, that's better. If your head isn't resting, then just allow yourself to have just a little bit of height, if you've got it, to rest your head on. Is it going to work? And then tuck those elbows in. Open out those hands, Joe. Spread out those palms. Yep. And then inhale, come up. Okay, so now have a look at your knees and just see whether one knee is slightly further forwards than the other. It's like it'll be a millimeter, but it's quite interesting because remember, yoga doesn't just work on a huge gross level, it also works on a cellular level. So now we've got this, lean forwards, and if you can, bring the feet out to the side evenly and make sure that when you take the knees wide, big toes are together, that the shins are also taking the support on the same space, okay? So lean forwards, bring the knees out. Have a look and then see whether your bias has just moved you one way or the other, okay? Now as we fold forwards from the hips and come forwards again. You want the sides of the thighs to support the sides of your waist. So you're not going, you're not dropping through your legs. And then again, bring your arms into a nice dynamic space. Legs a little narrower there, Adelina, so that your thighs are supporting the sides of your waist. Take the hands wide enough that you feel like you can find space across the shoulders. Roll the shoulders away from your neck. Squeeze the elbows in And keep that tailbone lengthening away so the lower back feels beautifully wide and long. Do both hands feel equally active? And then inhale, come up. It's a nice slow start, isn't it? Okay, so the next thing you're going to do, you're going to come up into Chaturangasana. Your shoulders are going to be over your wrists. Again, make sure that your knees are happy supporting you. If there's tenderness here, then put some, either just go straight into your dog head down, or just put some padding underneath your knees. You're going to have your shoulders over your hands, okay? And to begin with, do nothing. And then I'm going to ask you to press your ankles down, observe what happens, and then we'll stop. And I'll ask you to press your ankles down again, okay? From there, I'll ask you to take one leg back, keeping a sense of strength through the legs, and then the other leg back. All right? From there, back to here, and then we'll do the other leg the other way around, okay? Ready? So make yourself into a table. Have the knees a little bit apart. Have your feet going straight back. Now, as you look at the person in front of you, if you can see their feet, check that their little toes are on the floor. And if they are, then you can use them for inspiration. If they aren't, just check that your little toes are on the floor. And then also have a look at their feet and see if their feet are going straight back, directly back, or whether they're curving around. Now press the ankles down and observe the sides of the waist. You may have found that it's become a little firmer there. And then relax the ankles off. If you didn't feel it become a little firmer, you might notice it's slackened off a little. And then press them again just to feel that. Now keep the legs slightly active. Tuck your toes under of that right leg as you stretch that right leg back. So bring the leg to straight, sorry. Stretch, keep the body still, level. And now take the other leg and bring it to join it, or to stretch back alongside it. So have the legs going straight back. Tailbone down, buttocks towards the heels. So the lower back feels nice and long. Press those thighs up against it. So the more the buttocks curl down, the more the thighs work up. You've got this really lovely balance. And then come back to your Chaturangasana. One leg then the other. So the first leg that you brought out should come second. Press the ankles down. And now start the other way around. So the leg that you did first, do the other leg first. Stretch into the heel. Make that leg really strong. Support yourself as you take the other leg. Tailbone stays down. Legs firm, pressing up. Shoulders still over the wrists, they shouldn't have moved. Bottom down a little bit, Joe, stretch into your heels, that's better. And then both knees down. And stretch back, Adho Mukha Virasana. So as you go back, let your tailbone pull you back. Let your tailbone lengthen through that spine, let your armpits open. Head rests. Okay, so inhale, come up, have a look. You got Chaturangasana. You pressed it, you feel supported is a good way to just, did you feel, is that a good word? Supported? Like, it's not like, it's really firm, but it's like, I'm just holding you here. You've got a bit of support. So you want to feel that. Now, when you do your dog head down, what I want you to do is from that supported feeling, you're going to use the strength of the thighs and the encouragement of the tailbone. So the tailbone's going to want to go up Okay, and the thighs are gonna, the whole of the front thigh is gonna push towards the back thigh, and you're gonna lift from the plank position into your dog head down. So we're gonna come from here to here, and you're gonna hold. Now then, it's as if, don't worry about the heels. I want somebody is gonna pull your tailbone up, and the thighs are gonna be pressing the legs back. Everything's gonna feel firm. You're gonna go up, you're gonna go up, you're gonna go up. The hands press straight down. Okay, the arms then feel supported. And you go up like an ice magic bottle. You might not know what ice magic is, Joe. It might be before your time, I'm not sure. Do you know what ice magic is? Oh my goodness. And then release. Okay, ice magic is the most fantastic processed food ever in the whole wide world. I think it was a 70s invention, and it would go hard on ice cream really well. Yeah, do you remember? Or was it just me? I used to get so excited. Did you know? Yeah? No? Better than Angel Delight.
I was more of an Angel Delight.
You were Angel Delight. Right. So what Gita said was, when you do dog head down, you should feel like a mountain, and the mountain should have a snowy peak to it. I don't know whether this is going to work. Okay, but you want to think thighs firm, mountain pass, snowy peak. Make sense? So don't think about just, can you see how my snowy peak has just, it's melted? Yeah? So I want the snowy peak to stay snowy. Come on then. Ready? So start with the legs going straight back and get that thigh work. Stretch into the heels, tailbone down, legs firm. Slow down, racehorse Lorna. Shoulders over hands. Lorna, come forwards. You're in plank. No, you're not in dog head down yet. Yeah, Lynn's copying you. Okay, so now think about the snowy peak. So thighs up, legs firm, snowy peak. A nice even roundness around the top of the pose. Tailbone up, thighs back. Legs strong, shoulders away from the ears, and try not to hold the pose with your brain. That will be very energy inefficient. Relax the neck. Nice long legs. Go on, Neil. Up you go a little bit more. That's better. Now, from here, press the thighs back more and more. Thank you, Sally. Press the thighs back more and more. And then as the thighs go back, still maintain that snowy peak. And then the heels will start to go down just because the legs start to lengthen. But you'll find that the front of the body will get more lift as you do that. It'll feel more supported. Let those shoulders roll away from the ears. Thank you. And then exhale, come down, take a rest. Did you feel that that dog pose felt a little longer than normal? Yeah, so our pose, our idea of the poses change. So what I want, we've got one more, and if I just show you, I'll show you what I normally do, or sort of, yeah. Okay, so to all intents and purposes, that's a dog head down. All right, now, as I do it the way that we're going to do it, so I want you to think of everything there, but now we're going to think about taking the heels towards the balls of the feet. Okay, so, and the action is like a nice curving action through here and then this way. So you're going to come up, get those legs, get those arms. Yeah, and you'll feel that the hand is pressing straight down, and then you're going to lift those hips up. This is the cable car ride. Whatever resort you've been to, you can choose your cable car. And then You're going down the mountain. Now, I haven't changed my hands and feet, but I'm hoping that my dog pose looks a little different than it did the other time. I don't know. Okay? Does that make sense? My legs worked harder. Ready? Spread out the fingers, open the palms, make a nice little table, then stretch your legs back a good length. Now take the cable car to the peak of the mountain. Dan, pic du midi. Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. And now you can go down the other side of the mountain. You can snowboard down the other side of the mountain. Make those thighs work. Press the front thigh to the back thigh. Let those heels curl towards the fronts of the feet. And you should find the arches will work better. Open out the backs of the thighs. That's better, Lorna. Not so dippy backed. And then release, take a rest, Adho Mukha Virasana. Stretch back. And inhale, come up. So you're gonna come dog head down, walk your hands back. Sally, stay with the railings. Lengthen forwards. And then keep that sense of length. And then exhale, fold. Thighs really firm, drawing up. Inner thigh lifting up and out. Hold the elbows and dangle. If you know that you don't like to go forwards, you need some support, there's railings, just come and take the railings. Don't do the dog head down. And stretch yourself back. Okay? You can see your knees. Make sure they're lifting, tailbone away. So there's the railings there for those of you who wish. If you just fancy doing the railings anyway, you're very welcome. So either dog head down and Uttanasana. Joe, spin around, grab the railings. It's so much nicer. You've got the whole day ahead of you. And then walk back with the hands. Okay, exhale, come down. I need to do this again. Or inhale, come up. Right. If you need to bend your knees, obviously bend your knees. But if you're capable of keeping the legs firm, keep the legs firm. Does that make sense? So some of you I know are capable of keeping the legs firm, but those legs bent. So watch again. We did that. We've just done all that beautiful thigh work. Yeah? And then you bent the legs to go up. So keep the legs firm. I didn't say it, so I apologise. Can you see it's like, I don't know what. I was thinking medieval castles for some reason. I'm not quite sure where I was going with that one. And then be long, and then you let the body come down. When it's time to come up, the hips bring the body up. Okay? Glyn, spin around, grab the railings as well. It's just nicer. You get a better stretch. So those of you using the railings, you can really use those railings to get a nice length through the legs. It's counterintuitive. Let's step those legs further back for me, Joe.
Yeah.
Bit more. Yeah, now can you straighten them for me? Yes. Now, from here, allow the tailbone to go up a little. Can you feel how that's stretching the legs now?
Yeah.
Whereas when the legs were forwards and you're going that way, you're getting more stretch in the armpits.
Sure,
yeah?
Sure, yeah. Thank you.
That's better. Thighs, 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 thighs. And then hold the elbows. If it's too much, just put your hands onto the wall there, Julie, and stretch back the other way. Change your clasp of the elbows. Lift your breastbone forward, Sue. So just let this area move in. That's it. There. A little bit more. No. You're moving down. So keep that up. This in and up. Yes. Can you feel how the direction is different? And then hands to waist. Inhale. Come up. Face the sea. Have the legs together. Feet together. Bring the weight back into the heels and lift up all your toes. Put the big toes down. Lift them up. Put the 4 little toes down. Lift them up. Big toes down. Lift them up. 4 little toes down. Lift them up. Put all the toes down. Lift the big toes up. Big toes down. 4 little toes up. 4 little toes down. Big toes up. Big toes down. 4 little toes up. Lift them all up. Put the big toes down. Little toes down. 3 toes in the middle up. So if you try and spread your feet, the toes should lift, those 3 toes will be easier to get off the floor, and then extend the toes away from the ball of the foot. So your toes, a lady got this the other day and she said they feel like tendrils. So it's as if they're reaching forwards, they're not pulling back. Okay? Now pick up your left heel. I'll do my right one. Pick up your left heel and then curl that foot so you're lengthening the foot as much as possible and trying to tuck the heel skin just underneath the heel bone. And then stand in that left leg. Now observe how the posture has just changed. Yeah? And then do the same on the other side. So it's a bit like Cinderella, knowing that that shoe is going to fit you. And then put your foot down and into that space. Okay, so now look at your big toes. If they're not touching, can you bring them to touch? Okay, now you've got a zipper. It's an invisible zipper. Zip your toes together, zip the ankles together, and then zip up through your inner legs. Zip the inner legs up right up to the navel, and now and stop. Those tingly bits from the bottom, squeeze them in and up. Without contracting the buttocks, buttocks slide down and tuck into your hamstrings. Urdhva Hastasana, raise the arms up, stretch up. Long arms, legs firm, tailbone down. Relax the throats. Elbows shooting to the fingers. And then exhale, lower the arms down. Okay, do you remember no, not Peak Dimidi, that's only me and Dan. The snow-capped mountain, yeah, ice magic, and that bottom sensation. Did you feel how you moved from here? When you did your Uttanasana, did you feel how you moved from here? So we're going to do Utkatasana next. Raise the arms up. Extend up. Keep that action from the hips up to the arms. Exhale, bend the knees. Long arms. And sit down into Utkatasana. Breathe. Have the weight back in the heels. Don't let those toes grab. Toes like tendrils reaching forwards. Arms long. Squeeze the mid-thigh towards each other. Now press down into the heels to come up, stretch up. Get a good length through the body. Exhale, lower the arms down. Try not to bite the lips. Breathe. Again, raise the arms up, stretch up. Armpits to elbows, elbows to wrists, wrists to baby fingers, arms like swords. Exhale, bend the knees. Can you go a little lower this time? Become long through the front of the body, long through the back of the body. Weight back in the heels. Inhale, come up. And exhale, lower the arms. Right, pretend that you're looking for dolphins, because some of you were looking at the floor. Ready? There's dolphins out there. Go, arms up. Bend the knees. There they are. Wouldn't that be amazing if they just popped out now? Keep looking.
Right behind.
Arms long, arms long. Keep looking, keep looking, keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. And then inhale, come up. And exhale, lower the arms. Who needs a workout when you could do that? You could do that in like 3 minutes. You feel like you just walked up Porthmeor Hill. Right, we got Vrikshasana. Pick up your right leg. You can just balance on your left leg if you know that the foot doesn't come to the top of the thigh, because that equally will work that standing leg. Raise your right leg up. Open out the trunk. Toes like tendrils. And then raise the arms up. Although there's only 5. Elbows in and up. Long arms, especially that left one. And lower the arms down. And release the leg. Stand tall. That whole gathering up system. Second side. So before you go, make sure that your right foot isn't gripping. I'm watching them, Kevin. So you. Pick up that left leg. Extend the heel into the top of the thigh, take the bent knee back. Lengthen through the front of the body by taking the back buttocks down. Take the arms out to the side and raise the arms up. Let the toes be long. Let the arms extend. Breathe. Take the armpits back a little so the armpits open. Lower the arms and release the leg. Okay, the extra added challenge now for those of you that want to, just see if you can bring your hands into Urdhva Hastasana behind your head. Have a go. Raise the arms up and just have a feel. Now notice whether you've got arms like temples or arms like swords. Yeah, we want arms like swords. If they're not like swords, take them apart, just so I can see whether you know what your arms are doing. So what do we think? Are Neil's arms like temples or swords? More like temples. So if your arms are like temples, have them apart and then lower the arms down. Now the next question is, did you become very hard around the back of the neck and the throat whilst doing that? If that's the case, allow your arms to be like swords. Yes? Because you want the feedback around here to be calm, not stressed, all right? So tree pose again. If you found that you want to take the arms back behind the head, then you can, but otherwise keep those arms dynamic. So stand into the left leg, look directly forwards, pick up the right leg, Vrikshasana. And then raise those arms up to a place where it feels like the arms are long without too much tension. And then release. And mixes it up, doesn't it? And then the second side. Standing leg strong. Raise the left leg up. Try to look forwards, not down. Both sides of the body long. Relax the neck. Breathe. I'm behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now relax there. That's better. And then exhale, release, and bring the legs back together. Grip the legs, grip the hips, roll the thighs in, raise the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forwards, weight in the heels. Breathe. I haven't said come up. I had to come and look at you. Inhale, come up. And then lower the arms down. Stretch out through the arms. Take your right arm up your back. Take your left arm down your back. Gomukhasana. Open out the chest. And then release. Second side. Left arm up your back, right arm down your back. And then release. Bring the hands into Namaskadasana. So first of all, fingers down. Just see how that feels. And open out the collarbones. As you open out the collarbones, keep those ribs back, take the tailbone down. So you can use your hands now, slide them down and just encourage that tailbone to go down. And then those of you that can, keeping the body still, bring the fingers up the back to open the chest out. So rotate, I'll turn around, rotate the fingers to come up the back. And then again, open out that chest. If you can't, don't worry. If you've still got the fingers down now, interlace your fingers and stretch the arms down. And then change the interlace, stretch the arms down. Those of you with your hands in Namaskadasana, bring the hands down and then release. Okay? Take the hands, have them facing each other. Keep the body still and take the arms back. As you take the arms back, the tailbone moves down. Take the arms back, tailbone moves down. Let the chest, heart open. As if you're doing standing Shalabhasana. Open out the collarbones. And then release. Okay, right. You're going to lie down. So if you just want to look this way, if you lie down you won't see, so just make sure that you can see me. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to roll the shoulders back and you're going to then connect the tailbone through so the spine feels nice and long. You've got those arms working, so use the arms. The hands are the center of the wheel, the arms at the edge of the wheel rim, and so that is going to stay pinned, and then you're going to roll those shoulders down. And then the whole of the arm is pressing down to the floor, and if the whole of the arm presses down, look what happens to my chest. Can you see? Okay, and then from there, you're going to connect into those feet, and you're going to press the feet down to lift yourself up, whilst pressing the arms down as well. The mid buttock pushes up, the lower buttock curls towards the hamstrings, the knees will not flare out. Well, they might, but don't let them, okay? They probably will want to. So hands facing in like we just did, that standing pose, that last one. And now just tuck those shoulder blades into the back so the chest opens a little. Now feel what happens to the chest when you press the whole of the arm down, but pressing from the wrist to the shoulder. Notice how the upper chest lifts, okay? From there, press down into the feet evenly, keep the knees level, and then lift up through the hips, getting a good lift. Nice long spines, buttocks moving towards the back of the knees. Sternum moving towards the face. Great. And then exhale, come down. Now, those of you that did Namaste, you haven't practiced this because you didn't do the interlace the fingers. Those of you who did the interlace the fingers standing up, your arms have already got an idea of what they're going to do next. So have a look this way. So when you go to lift up, I've got a little bit of an obsession. Have you noticed just recently this little pad in this bit here? This is magic space. We always talk about this place. Well, okay, I always talk about this place, but I've only just got really into the space here. This is amazing, this little bit here. So you're going to put your feet down and you're going to know that space. I'm hoping it's going to improve the circulation in my toes. That's my plan. So then, when you go to lift up, you've got that nice length here. You're going to interlace the fingers underneath, and then you're going to draw those shoulders in. So you've got a completely different action. Your body's a little bit higher. Know those feet, and then press straight down into those feet, and get a really nice lift. You'll come down, change the interlace. Same. You'll come down. I'll ask you to rest. One leg will stay bent. One leg can come in softly. You'll slide that leg away, make it strong. You'll come back up. This one, softly but held. Tailbone stays in the center. That leg becomes strong. Push it away. You'll come back up. You'll rest your hands here or here. And then depending on how it's feeling, you can keep the legs bent for relaxation, or you can just let the legs relax. All right, ready? So lift up your hips. Nice fleshy part of that foot softening down so the toes want to lengthen forwards. Interlace those fingers underneath and just rest your bottom on your arms, and then roll those shoulders down towards the floor. Now feel the feet, really become aware. So don't let those toes pull in. Don't be mean on those toes. Let those toes lengthen as well. Give your toes some space. Separate your feet more, Glyn. That's it. And now lift up your hips, pressing the arms down. Press the hands down. Lift the hips. Lift the hips. Shoulders. So come back down, Joe. Roll your shoulders in. That's it. No, don't walk them towards your feet because that makes the back bend tighter, but just towards each other. Yes, there you go. You'll feel the front of the chest stretch there. And then exhale, come down. Don't push too hard into that lower back. Be aware of that as well. Change the interlace. Press the arms down and lift the hips. Keeping those knees level. Keeping that rolling action happening on the collarbones. Can you feel how they're coming this way? They need to go that way. Something to work on. And then release. Separate the hands. Let your spine lengthen as you lie back down. Cuddle, have both legs bent. Let the back relax, just with the feet on the floor, just for a moment. It's really hard to slow the brain down. So enjoy this. This is training in slowing ourselves down a little. Cuddle your right knee in towards your chest. Slide your left leg away. Push into the heel, make that leg feel strong. Feel how you feel on that left side of the body. That's better. And then bend up the left leg, place the left foot on the floor, put the right foot down, cuddle the left knee in, softly. Slide that right leg away, see how it feels. Take that left foot up, right foot up, place it on the floor, put your left foot down. Now, if you feel that that feels nice with the legs bent, take the feet apart, let the knees flop in, and take your relaxation with bent legs. If you want to straighten your legs, then just let the legs lengthen away and come for complete Shavasana. Have the palms facing up, fingers gently curled. Relax the eyes and release the tongue. Let the feet flop out to the side. Long arms, long legs. Breathe. Lift your head, Brendan, again. Pop your head back. Take your hands wider, just a little wider. That's it. Can you feel how that gives the chest more space? I know it's a hard floor. Allow yourself to relax completely. Let the body soften completely. Lift your head, Lynn. That's it. Pop it back down.
I have a problem with my neck, don't
No, it's just it stops the brain from toiling so much. When the forehead tips back, the eyes go up and it makes the brain very active. So we're just trying to let the brain come a little quieter.
it? Never does.
Let the breath be wide and smooth. Let the fingers be gently curled. Start to bring the breath back up into the chest. Start to just open, wriggle the fingers, and then bend the elbows, rest your hands on your abdomen. One at a time, rolling those thighs in, bend up the legs. In one whole movement, roll to your right side. Rest the left side on the right. Let the right side melt. Carefully sit yourselves up. Come to a comfortable sitting position. So it could be kneeling, it could be cross legs. Somewhere that you can come back And just sit well. Rest the hands on the thighs. Adjust your spine. Lift the heart. Take 3 deeper inhalations and exhalations. Flush out the mind. Bow the head down. Keep the heart lifted. Pay your respects. Open the eyes and raise the face. Thank you. That's it. You swimming, Tracy?